¿Qué onda mi gente? Bienvenidos al show de béisbol, Bobbleheads y Cerveza. Don't worry, you didn't hit the SAP button. I'm Junior Zamaron coming at you from Ukiah, California for another edition of Baseball, Bobbleheads, and Brews. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Hispanic heritage. Then, we're going to be talking about the Sugar Skull Bobblehead. And finally, we're going to be talking about a cerveza más fina, and no, I'm not talking about that Rona. So ponte listo porque ya va a empezar el show. Latin America has helped shape the game of baseball. Many players from multiple countries have left a lasting impression on MLB's rich history. Most notable nations are Mexico, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba. We can't forget about the talent that comes out of Venezuela, Panama, and the emerging nations of Brazil and Peru. The game of baseball was introduced into Latin America in 1864 by the Huilo brothers in Cuba. This event would set off a chain reaction that would forever change the game of baseball. In 1911, the Cincinnati Reds signed the first Latin American-born players. Rafael Amedia and Armando Marsan were both white Cuban players, which allowed them to play before integration. In 1949, Manny Minoso became the first black Latin American player when he signed with the Cleveland Indians. Roberto Clemente, a favorite of the show, is the first Latin American-born player enshrined into the hallowed halls of Cooperstown. There are 14 total Latin American-born players in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Puerto Rico has the most at 6. It's hard to list the greatest players by country, but I'm going to give it a shot. The best Puerto Rican player is, of course, the great one, Roberto Clemente. An MVP, world champion, Gold Glove winner, but most of all, a great humanitarian. Now for me, the greatest Dominican player is the Dominican dandy Juan Marichal. He's a 10-time All-Star and the pitcher of the decade for 1960s. He won a remarkable 191 games. Now a lot of people will say the greatest Dominican player is the machine, Albert Pujols. He's a 3-time MVP, 2-time world champion, member of the 3,000 hit club, and he currently sits at 5th all-time on the home run list. Cuba's most spectacular player was Luis El Tiante Tiant. A 3-time All-Star, he had 229 career victories. He should be a member of the Black Aces, winning 20 games in 3 separate seasons. Now Mexico, in the 1980s, was all about Fernando Mania. Fernando El Toro Valenzuela was a 6-time All-Star, world champion, and in 1981 he won the Cy Young and Rookie of the Year. The bar was set for Panama by the great Rod Carew, an 18-time All-Star, MVP, Rookie of the Year, but in his own words, his greatest achievement was winning the Roberto Clemente Award. Venezuela is represented by Omar Vizquel, who's a 3-time All-Star and an 11-time Gold Glove winner. I have to give an honorable mention to Miguel Cabrera. Miguel is an 11-time All-Star, a world champion, 2-time MVP, and the 2012 Triple Crown winner. Up-and-coming nations like Peru are represented by Jesus Luzardo from my Oakland A's. Yan Gomez represents Brazil, and Colombia has the young rookie sensation Donovan Solano. The Latin influence continues to grow thanks to the World Baseball Classic. The Dominican Republic won the WBC in 2017. There's also a lot of winter leagues that help keep players' skill set sharp. The Caribbean Series tries to determine who's going to be the king of Latin America. The 2020 Caribbean Series was won by the Dominican Republic, being represented by the Toros del Este. The heritage and legacies of these nations leave a lasting imprint on the game of baseball. Which up-and-coming talent will leave their mark next? This week's bobblehead comes from the Oakland A's. It's the Hispanic Heritage Sugar Skull bobblehead. It was given away in September of 2018 to 15,000 fans. It's made by BDNA and sits in at 7.5 inches tall. It features the Atlético's jersey, which normally shows up in a wedding gown white. Here it's depicted in forest green, which is my personal favorite. The base says Hecho in Oakland, which means made in Oakland in Spanish. It has a very glossy finish, but has a slight paint issue on the feet and on the hands. It has great intricate design on the skull, which is from the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, from the skulls that are put on the ofrendas. The first Sugar Skull bobblehead was given away by the Phoenix Suns back in 2016. The craze has been done by hockey teams, basketball, baseball, and most recently football teams thanks to Forever Collectible. They range from minis to medium size and to full size like the ones that we're spotlighting. The A's organization has 3 different Sugar Skull bobbleheads. This one, the one from the Midland Rockhounds, and most recently the Stockton Ports depicting their Copa identity, Los Caballos de Stockton. I hope to add the rest of them to my bobble familia, and I wish that the Las Vegas Aviators will do one of their Copa identity, the Reyes de Plata. This week's Cerveza comes from Oakland United Beer Works. Originally Linden Street Brewery, was founded in 2009, but then was rebranded in 2017. It's a small batch brewery that features unique and well-balanced flavor profile. The Zapatos de Baile, which translates to dancing shoes in Spanish, is a Mexican-style lager. It features Zappa and Magnum hops, as well as 4 different malts, including flaked maize. It sits in at 5.2% alcohol by volume. Now, there's a sweet aroma that comes from it. And there's a smooth body. It coats your palate with a light bitterness. It's mostly crisp, but has an ample amount of carbonation, making it very drinkable. Now, I'd love to see this beer with tequila or aged in a tequila barrel. As we were looking for brews this week, we came across Barrel Brothers Brewing Company that has a Mexican amber ale called Por Que No. Both are great beers, but for us, Zapato de Baile won out. Add tequila to each one of those, and it'll be the perfect brew for any pachanga. I'm going to leave a link in the description below connecting you with Barrel Brothers Brewing as well as Oakland United. That way you can find Por Que No and Zapato de Baile so you can decide which one you like best. When you figure that out, drop your comment in the comment section below letting me know which one you like. I'm also going to link us back up with Forever Collectible because they continue to put out great bobbleheads. I encourage you to go over to our YouTube page so you can enter our $50 Visa gift card giveaway. All you have to do is like, subscribe, comment, and share to be eligible to win. Thank you for joining us today as we talked Hispanic heritage. Join us next time for another edition of Baseball, Bobbleheads, and Brews. Salud.